wanted to talk about things that surprised me about Sweden. It would be really cool if I could get this echo quality in my voice, like I was saying something. Dun, dun, dun. Hi, I'm not a real Christmas reindeer. I just play one on TV. Perfect. I live in Sweden. I am an expat, expatriate, immigrant. There are different words. They mean different things. But basically, if you are from one country and then you go and you live in another country, you're an expat. Anywho, let's get comfortable. I don't know how to sit on chairs. Perfect. Eye contact. When you go into stores in Sweden, you don't get eye contact from people. Even if you sometimes go straight up to a counter. I'm not going to say across the board, but there have been times when I went to gas station, was standing at the counter waiting for them to acknowledge me, and I didn't get any eye contact. And it turns out that in Sweden, eye contact is considered... Wow, it's getting warm in here. I have a Christmas sweater underneath my onesie. Actually, it's my husband's onesie, but I've stolen it. It's in Sweden, eye contact is considered putting pressure on someone. It's considered you need to wait until someone else is ready to talk to you. You don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. It's so strange. It feels like eye contact is just so valued in the US. But I should also say that it's really annoying when people say, the US is like this, Sweden is like this. They're both very large countries. America is 1 billion times larger than Sweden. You could probably fit 20 Swedens inside of America. No, more than that. I want to know now. I'm going to ask Morten. Doing math. I'm going to hear the gears winding and whirring as he tries to figure it out, but I'm going to ask him. America is huge. So my perspective of America is predominantly from Utah. That's where I spent the first 19 years of my life. And then I got some random experiences of the US. Midwest, East Coast mostly. Pacific Northwest, Midwest, East Coast. I never really spent time in the South. I dipped my toe into some parts of the South, but never experienced the deep South. I am going off on so many tangents. Is anyone still watching this? Please let me know. Say, yes, I'm still watching. You're hilarious. I'm also going to subscribe and tell my friends about this channel that is tangential and ridiculous. You gotta put those shameless plugs out there. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta think, yes, I'm gonna get 5,000 subscribers by my birthday, the 28th of June. Oh, boom. Okay, now I'm getting warm of this shirt. This is the strip show. I promise I'm not gonna get warm again. Making friends. So there's this thing on Gotland, probably all over Sweden, called it's so soft, I just want to cuddle it. Open daycare, öppna förskola, and that is a great place to make friends. I was really surprised that this existed, a place where you could go with your kids to a daycare experience, but the parents stay there with the kids, and then they can play with them and meet other parents, and that's an amazing place to make friends. As a person from a very friendly state, Utah is soups friendly. When I go to America and I go to Walmart, I end up talking to 6 people. To go from a super friendly place like Utah to Sweden, where people are just they're much more shy. They're much more reserved. they're very respectful of people's space and time, and it's hard to make friends. But open daycare was a really great thing too. I did make a few friends through there, and I was like so overbearing. I was like, ooh, we talked for 2 seconds. Do you want to come to my house and have fika? And we can be friends and I won't be lonely and all alone. Let me tell you. I tend to overshare. Someone asks me how I'm doing, and I just like, oh, you want to know how I'm doing? I'll tell you how I'm doing. It's a very dangerous question. Like, really, you shouldn't ask someone how they're doing or how whatever. Like, if you don't have time, if you really don't want to know, don't ask. But anyway. But in this country, people don't say "How are ya?" as a greeting. They don't even look at you as you walk past them. Hi, my name is Katie or Kate. I don't care. You can call me whatever you want, as long as you don't call me late for dinner. This video is sponsored by me. I've been doing YouTube for 3 years and I haven't made 1 penny, but that's okay. I don't know why I said that. This channel is awesome. It's got vlogs of life in this country with my kids and with some kittens that are super cute, but they will be adopted eventually. And that's going to be a sad day, but hopefully we can just foster some more. Because fostering kitties is awesome. And I do podcast conversations, and I have a vast array of amazing people to connect with. Podcasts are great to listen to whilst doing laundry or folding or dishes or boring stuff that you can just walk around and listen to. So I highly recommend checking out and connecting with some of the amazing people I've connected with. I love talking to people, and it's just such a fun thing to do. Let's get back to the show. Can you imagine one day if I ever actually did get sponsored? I actually got paid for making videos. Can you imagine? So, if you watched my video where I talked about when my twins were born, emergency C-section at week 32, I had a hard time, even with my husband being with me full time, which I know is an amazing thing that very few people get. I still felt it's still really a lot to deal with. 2 new people to take care of, and being a milk cow for 2 babies, and just being stuck on the couch nursing them all the time, and I just felt like I was losing it sometimes. So I was like, I still remember some of those feelings, and so whenever I see parents, especially with the little ones, but you know, all parents, anytime I get the chance to see any people these days is a big deal. When I see parents, I'm like, oh, beautiful baby, oh, you're doing a good job, are you sleeping? And they're always say yeah. And I'm like, oh man, it's not easy, huh? And they're like, oh no, it's fine. And it's just like, it's not fine. Why does everybody say it's fine? It's not always fine, and that's okay.
I don't feel tired.
So that's a surprising thing. Like, why is it so hard for people to admit that it's hard? It's like the other direction, and there's like this kind of, I find it troubling and creepy and stuff that there's this like really intense wine culture among moms that like they can't make it through the day without alcohol, and like there's so many moms on the internet that are always talking about how hard it is, and then Swedish parents never talk about how hard it is. It's really interesting. Very, very interesting. Like, Sweden and America couldn't be more different mentality-wise. There's a lot. This could be 100 hours, but it won't be, I promise. Okay. The next thing. Vabbing. Vord av barn. I think that's how it's pronounced. Parents get time off of work. They don't get paid the full amount that they would get paid, but they get paid time off of work to be home with sick kids. And it's not penalized, and it's not a way that anybody's going to lose their job, because in this great country, people know that kids get sick a lot. Businesses know, and there is support for it. And that is just so stinking cool. Sweden is amazing. Like, I could go into more detail about this later if anybody wants. But another amazing thing about Sweden is both parents get paid maternity leave when the kid is born. Both of them for like, how long is it? Because we had twins, so we got twice the days. I'm going to do a quick Google search. How much time maternity leave do Swedish people get? I'm so good at searching. 480 days of leave per child. Love this country. I think it's just so freaking sad that so many, like, dads don't get any time off. Moms get weeks or less than that, even after major surgery, if they had a C-section. But even if they don't have a C-section, it's still a major, huge, traumatic thing to happen to a body. Probably don't have to tell you. You know how these physics work. Not to mention that whole little detail of taking care of a new human who has a very, very small stomach, who needs to eat every few hours and is just adjusting to life on the outside. I'm over here just like squishing my stomach fat for some reason, just like, squish, squish. Does anyone else, when they're sitting around, just grab at themselves and just, I don't know. I should probably edit that part out, but I don't think I will. Yes, this is my list. My very efficient, beautiful list. I hope you like this video. Thanks so much for being here today. I shall now, hopefully with your consent, give you hugs. Hugs! And here we go. What I do at the end of my videos. Okay, so I was teased a lot as a kid. I was called monkey nose, and I've just always been aware that I have vacuous nostrils. And then once upon a time, I decided to just lean into it on this channel and to start ending videos saying, nostrils of death. And then it started moving into, I don't know when, like, I started, like, leading my nose into the camera. But allow me to show you. Here you go. Nostrils of death. How many Swedens could you fit inside of America?
I have no idea.
Do you think like 20 or more?
No, I don't think you could fit more than 20.
Oh, okay.
No.
Not even like counting like Alaska?
No, I don't think so. But, okay. Wait, now I need to get a more accurate estimate because this is funny. Okay. So, you win. According to official estimates, they get, like, from Googling, you can fit just under 22 Swedens in the US.
Nice! I was wondering if maybe the kitchen was like a lucky place to sit or something. And like anytime I record in here, the algorithm's gonna pick it up and 12,000 more people than usual will show up. We'll see. We'll see. Where was I? I've only covered 1 point and I've been recording for 6 minutes. So, on this... There's some money for me somewhere, some money for me.
This is pretty much the
Best
video ever made.